Okay, guys. So, as you can see, all right. So I'm still in the same neighborhood. Uh, this is my routine, my daily walk. It's not necessarily a daily walk, but it is. I walk to the fast food restaurant, uh, and I type up my work reports or my work papers, and I have them published. Okay, I author them myself. Okay, so but anyway, I haven't gone to church in a few months because I've been working so hard, diligently on a daily basis over the past 4 or 5 months or so. But I even went to church on a daily basis, Mass in the morning, Catholic Mass, for about 5 6 months. So just in advance, just to make up uh, for in acknowledging that I would actually have to work this hard in the field and in reporting everything that I have to report to colleagues and to finally publishing the consolidated points of revelation, or the points of details and this and that, or judgments and orders and mandates and policies and so forth. I knew that I would have to do so at this particular point, mid 2024. But yeah. So yeah, me and Rashida Williams, we are gonna make up. I haven't seen her in 12 and a half years. I knew that when I went undercover, when I went into the field to do the audited, when I was briefed, when we were being forced to separate, and in 2011, I was told that I'm not going to see her for years and possibly a decade, but eventually we were going to be placed back together. We were going to make up, and anyone who actually tried to get in the way of it would suffer much, and it would be evident to the whole world. So there's no point in saying that we don't want to believe in that, we don't want to accept that. There's just no point. That's enough. So I'm gonna walk her into heaven in a few weeks, by the end of this month, April 2024, or imminently or immediately thereafter, very soon for the most part. And we're gonna walk into heaven, and we're gonna return in Florida, here in Florida. So my house in Coral Gables and our cars and my bank accounts and estate accounts and everything will be prepared for me and my household. Okay, so it's just going to be me and Rashida, and I'm going to allow Patricia Roberts Fitzhugh to my company, my agency company, will be able to purchase her a house in the same respective neighborhood. So she's going to be a senior partner of RC International. And Rashida is going to be considered a senior partner of RC International, and it's the managing organization or the managing firm in actuality of the Central Intelligence Agency and INTERPOL as a partnership, and the lead consulting firm managing the United States government and its partnerships, all under my management, all under my directorship. Okay, so I'm not trying to brag at all. This is not about bragging, obviously, that this is not something to brag at all. But I'm so happy that eventually I'm going to have some sort of normalcy back in my life. I'm going to be happy, finally happy again. So what I've been sort of disturbed by what I've witnessed in the field and what I've had to report on regarding government and society in general. So when I say I haven't been happy in the past 15 years or so forth, I just could not be happy with what I've documented. But I remained objective. There's no reason for you guys to believe that I've exaggerated anything. Okay? So that's what I want you guys to know. Okay, guys? That's something else that I needed you guys to comprehend or to understand or to accept. But so yeah, I don't need anyone saying, accept hell, accept being unhappy for the rest of your life. You guys don't want to say that anymore. Okay? I allowed folks to say that before, and I went on with my day and did my job in secret. Hold on. So yeah, I've allowed people in the past. To say to me, in false belief, you're going to hell. You're going to suffer for the rest of your life at least. You're going to be the sacrificial lamb for humanity again if you really are Jesus Christ and this and this and this and that. And I had to ignore it and just go about my day doing my work. When I was at the homeless shelter, this is how hard I worked. They said, Shawn, you're going to have to go to one of the homeless shelters. And most of the homeless shelters here in the United States, as you know, they are still Christian-based. And you're going to have to go to one of the homeless shelters that has a cross in front of it professing to follow your way completely. But we have documented that there are drug deals and drug transactions going on at that particular homeless shelter. So I went there, did not reveal myself by any declaration, and I documented on a daily basis, secretly, that there are drug activities and drug dealings going on at that particular homeless shelter, the Orlando Union Rescue Mission. Deals being made between FBI agents, local police officers, and offenders or developing offenders, usually African American men and boys, with white cops and black cops. So on a daily basis, I did the linen, I did all of the linen. And then when I quit doing so, I did the dishes every day for everyone. I was part of the crew who did that on a daily basis, volunteer. And then I would run to the library when I got my break. I would type up my reports on a daily basis, and then I would cover it up with schizophrenic like commentaries on my original blog site. All of the schizophrenic material has been removed. Okay, so I'm going to explain this to you guys once again. When I was at the Orlando Union Rescue Mission, and when I also audited the Salvation Army, literally a few blocks away, this is what I documented. That white cops, federal, state, and local cops, and African American men and boys were making deals, drug deals, and it is clear and apparent that this is customary. This is part of the American tradition. Black folks at the bottom doing whatever they need to do to survive and being brainwashed into thinking that's just how things ought to be, and it's actually fun and it's actually cool. That hell actually makes sense. So I did the linen as part of a crew, a volunteer crew, did the linen at that homeless shelter on a daily basis for months without the hardest working person at that particular place, and they noticed it. And the secret was that I am Jesus Christ, I am God, that I'm auditing the country. So those folks who knew that, the managing staff there who were eventually briefed, they were very nervous the whole time, but I ignored all of that. And I did my job. I said I'm going to set some sort of example for these young men and boys. You guys are not going to be able to be drug dealers in and out of prison for the rest of your lives. I just cannot handle this chronology anymore. This has to come to an end. At this particular point, we are creating a program to do away with all of that. And then I wash the dishes as part of a crew on a daily basis when I shift obligations. And I would run to the library on a daily basis, and I would write up my reports, send them in, and I would cover it up with schizophrenic-like commentaries on my old blog site platform. All of that is deleted except the reports which were sent, and what I am transcribing and what I'm authoring and reporting right now, publishing right now, the work reports and the work papers, those reflect the reports which were sent in earlier years ago, damn near a decade ago, initially, to the Central Intelligence Agency and other offices of relation.